Hey all, Bob here, aka Mr. Reef Safe with Aquarium Diary update. Now I'm in my sump right now because that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about tonight. And you'll notice that my Kato ball is spinning around, it's rotating, I got it going around. I just harvested it about a week ago, so it was about, oh man, it just filled up the entire thing. It was super dense, and I brought it down to about 10% of what it was, and it's already doubled in size since last week, and it doubles in size just about every week. Now, when I say in size, I also mean intensity. Did you notice the snail was on the glass and then got onto the Kato ball? They do that all the time. So typically they ride around on the Kato for a while and they get in there. So whenever I have to harvest it, I have to make sure they're not in there. Now, some of the things I wanted to show you in the sump is maybe a little difficult to see, but here and here, you'll notice I have little tiny snails. Now, what I've noticed about the sump is they are starting to proliferate down here. They are getting all over the place. When I clean my skimmer, when I clean my media reactor, I have to make sure that I'm checking them for baby snails, and literally I'll find dozens of them. And I found that out the hard way. I was cleaning out my skimmer neck, and of course I was pouring hot water through it, cleaning it from the sink, and I felt all these bumps on there, and then I realized I had snails. Now, of course, I harvested out of that what I could and put back into the tank, but I don't know how many of them actually made it. So going forward, whenever I clean equipment, I have to make sure that I am checking for those baby snails. And boy, am I really enjoying the fact that they are in here and proliferating, because I was recently going to go and buy about 50 more snails until I found that. And as I find them about this size, I take them out of here and I put them into the tank, and they just disappear into the rockwork. But I've noticed in my tank that I'm finding snails like not quite this big, you know, and I've got a ton this size, so they're definitely growing. I'm definitely getting new snails, and boy, that's the way to do it. You know, it doesn't cost me anything. Oh, I can see a few more on the back there. I don't know if you can see it on the overflow there, but you can see a couple of them on there too. So they're going really well. The Kato is doing a great job, and actually the reason I wanted to talk about the video tonight is for months and months and months I've been dealing with high phosphates and zero nitrates, or non-detectable nitrates, and I'm still fighting through the zero or non-detectable nitrates, and I have to dose nitrates in order to bring it up. Now, what that's causing is a little bit of cyano in the tank, which maybe I'll talk about that in the next video, but I am doing my best to get rid of cyano. But I'm constantly being asked about hair algae. Now, you'll notice I've got some hair algae growing here, and I've got some, of course, on the cord of the pump, and that's pretty much it. That's the only place in the aquarium that I have any hair algae. And you know what? It's in the sump. I don't care. It can grow here perfectly fine, and I'll be happy with that as long as it doesn't go into the display. And I apologize for the really deep blue. I have the filter on for a lighter blue because this light here is mostly white, so I apologize for that. But I'll be doing my water change again this weekend, and I will rip out as much of that hair algae. Now, it's in the teeth down here because the water flows through this and then down out here, and so it's just kind of hard to get out. And I won't really worry about getting all that out. I'll rip out what I can each time that I do a water change, and then, of course, when I do my annual cleaning of the sump, that is when I will do a much, much better job of cleaning all that out. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, was just kind of the neat things. Like, you know, I'm most excited about the snails, and, you know, I've been in this hobby for 30 years, and the fact that snails laying eggs and hatching and growing up to be bigger snails, that still fascinates me after 30 years of doing this. And, you know, I hope I never, ever lose that fascination with the hobby, and I hope that you enjoy the hobby as well. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Bob, aka Mr. Reef Safe.